everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm your instructor Joy. Thank you very much for your continued support here, also on my Patreon page, booking lessons with me, volunteering with your time, and send me kind questions, comments, and a lot of nice emails. I really appreciate. So let me first play a tune for you. Was a little excerpt from my favorite things from the very famous Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is the one that I watched as a little schoolgirl at school. In a music class it was played. I remember being very much touched, and I loved how this lady sang and danced and with the little ones. And this one is particularly, it reminds me whenever we get to this December, because somehow I connected to that one. And I thought this is a beautiful tune around this time, and also it gives us a chance to work some techniques such as spiccato and legato. Spiccato is the one that we use bouncing bow, and then we throw the bow. Legato, it can be separate bow or slur a couple of notes. Of course, I'm not playing left hand yet, but that's basically what it is. We're talking about off the string, bowing away from the string, or on the string, bowing on the string. So now, let's start how the spiccato works. Spiccato works, you know, the bow stick is a little curved like that, and we're supposed to bounce it. There are a couple of bouncing spots, we call it. The bouncing spot is about from the middle of the bow to about a quarter from the front. So if you divide the bow into 4, the lower part will be good. So more precisely, if you can divide the bow actually into 3, around the 1/3 from the front would be a good spot. So if you place that one and the raised elbow and the wrist a little higher to create the distance between the bow and the string, and then I'll gently make wide U shape. That works well. And now whenever you want to do legato or start doing legato on the string, you must go away from the bouncing spot. So a little away, either get closer to the front or go away from the upper half. So now the difficult part happens when you have to do one after the other, and there isn't much time to move our bow around. So now, first we start with this one, legato. Well, you don't have to, but this is how I interpret, and I like to use 1 legato and 2 spiccato bows, like this. Then now softer one. So I stayed it near the bouncing spot so that I can do legato. Now, legato and spiccato, sorry. So now when you look at carefully, now the first one I started a little closer to the front, but I passed the bouncing spot almost in the middle. I started on the string, and at the end of the stroke I lift up and then bringing the bow near the bouncing spot, and then this is actually the only proper spiccato, because the first one started on the string and they got lifted up. It's kind of half spiccato. Yeah, but it's important that I move my bow fast enough to bring to the bouncing spot so that I can do second one on the bouncing spot. Yeah, so now like this. Now I want to do piano, and then a little softer and slower bow speed. Now I want to do legato. If I do here, I have a little easily bouncing spot. So what I have to do is I need to bring my bow placement closer to the front, because that's closest part to go away from the front, away from the bouncing spot. Sorry. try to make legato in the bouncing spot if you have enough time, or if you're just playing one short note, like you have time to settle it, then you can do that. Or when you're doing only one bow, you're changing the bow fast anyway, it doesn't really affect much. But trouble happens when you have to do long legato, like we ended a couple measures before. If I start from here, I'm gonna have a bouncing bow. I'm exaggerating a bit, I'm sure you don't do that. So the easiest way, get closer to the frog and go closer where it's easy to do legato. In this case, I'm gonna go a little lower, upper half bow. And just slowing down like that. Yeah, I hope you can try it yourself. This is a beautiful piece, and try to make it your own music. As long as your music or your playing is interesting, that means have a different changes, whether it's tone wise, dynamic wise, or with a certain bow stroke. Anything goes. Anything a little change makes your music interesting. Yeah, I wish you all wonderful holidays and happy music making. Thank you for watching. See you again. Bye bye.